always told, if you invoke the Most High in whatever you do, then things turn out right. Sadly, we lost 2 lives on this street. We lost several lives throughout this city. We lost a number of lives across this country. And all because it wasn't nobody's fault. With the exception of this block right here, this block right here is the problem of the city of New York, and they have to own up to it, and this mayor needs to apologize to this community. Now, they're saying that the President of the United States is coming into New York, and he's going to be visiting certain areas. I don't know if he's going to come on this block, because I think it's too a hot ticket for them, because they recognize the government failed. That's who failed. And that's why we've lost these 2 lives over here. So our prayers are with the father of the young man and his wife. The problem is, again, it wasn't their fault. It's not this homeowner's fault. It's not your fault. Again, I want you to register that, and I want the media to pick this up, please. It is the fault of the city of New York who failed to do their job to make sure that these streets stop flooding. It's been flooding for more than 20 years. And all of a sudden you want to throw it off on the homeowners because you don't want the onus of knowing that people are coming to get you and sue the lights out of you. Because you failed. You failed the taxpayers in this city. You failed those individuals or what have you who bought these homes, came to this country for a better way, and you making them feel stupid about it. I was asked to come here. I didn't jump to come here. I was asked to come here immediately after I woke up the following day. And I knew that I had to be here because as a New Yorker, we are one. I don't care where you come from. I love where you come from. I love where you visit from. But at the end of the day, we are one New York. And we got to stand with each other. And that's what this is all about. And that's where this city has to wake up. This city should have had a tent set up with staff from the various agencies so that if you had any questions, they would be able to sit here and answer those questions. And they should not have left until everything was resolved. And I don't want to just blame everybody, but folks are not doing their job. And the job is that you have to serve the people of New York. Your job is you are elected to represent every single person standing here. Not play politics and be buddies with your friends because you're all trying to get a higher office. Serve the people is the job. I just wanted to get that off my chest. So now, please, let's invoke the Spirit of the Lord in here because I'm about to go crazy on some of these politicians. I want to bring forward Amitra because she has been organizing and talking with folks and making a lot of things happen. Along with Ahmet, these two have been the go-to people. And I want to make sure that I step back and now the community steps forward. You guys are here because you want to make sure people get the message. And let me be very clear about it again. What happened here was not the fault of the homeowners. What happened here was an act of God in conjunction with the failure of the city of New York. Let's get that message out and make it very clear.
Thank you very much for your continued support here, keeping us strong. I just wanted to thank Tony for his continued support. As you can see, we cannot stand alone. I personally want to just echo my sentiments about this community, the resilience, and how much the Hack family, the Singh family, the Prasad family has come together to clean this place up, and the other houses here. That is all the help we have seen. We have been helping ourselves with our Muslim brothers and sisters who has brought us food. The Queens communities that has come together to bring us food on a daily basis. Not one of the New York City agencies has been here to relieve us of any of our desperation that we are upon, except for the NYPD and the community affairs and the local community, Danique Miller's office, that has been here to support us daily. Al Kanu, who's community advocate. And there are many, many more warm-hearted, giving people here who don't want to have their names mentioned. But we can't help it because our heart breaks when they show up with comforters, bath soap, toothbrushes, mattresses, things that people do not have to move on a daily moment in their desperation. So, again, please, New York City, come out and relieve these people. They are on dire situation. We have cleaned up everything ourselves. And this is unacceptable that days have passed and you have not showed up. The mayor, I am speaking to you directly. You need to come and speak with us and not your agencies. Obviously, they do not understand the situation and we do know better. So we can tell you what the problems are here. So please make it your point to come and see us on this block, because we need to tell you exactly what the problems are, because your professionals have failed us over and over again.
Yeah.
Again, I just want to really stress the resilience of these folks have not gone to sleep. They have not taken the clothes off that they have had on their bodies for the last 4 days. They have not had baths because they cannot shower. We do not have gas. We do not have hot water. Again, please bring your agencies out here that are responsible for taking care of these things. We are law-abiding citizens that pay our property taxes. We do not break the laws. So kindly come out here and take care. I'll just hand it to Ms. now. Thank you very much.
All right, good evening to everyone. Thanks everyone for coming out and support this community during this hard and most stressful time. I just want to say one thing tonight. As everyone can see, this is a real good community. We all, as a family and a friend community, we all look out for each other, we all take care of each other. I think everyone needs to stick on that point going forward. If we do not do anything for ourselves, the city won't help us. No politicians has been active. Tony's been fighting this along with me. We've been posting stuff, we've been blasting everyone. All the negative comments has been put out there. I wish those persons would have come here and asked us directly rather than post those comments up without talking to the people directly. The mayor of this city of New York always claims when New York is doing good, all New Yorkers are doing good. Well, New York is not doing good today. So where's the mayor? He's been here with the governor. We haven't seen a single politician since that day they were all here. So we're begging the mayor, as a human being to a fellow human being. I'll talk to you face to face. Rather than you go into some newsroom, come talk to us in person. Feel our pain. Put yourself in our shoes. See how it feels. We have no help. We have people here who have hot water. They don't have no gas. They can't cook. We depend on everyone to help each other out here for clothing and food supply. Please, don't blame the homeowners when the city has been trying to do something that they should have been doing almost 30, 40 years ago, fixing the infrastructure that's broken. It needs to get fixed and needs to get fixed right now. There's no more tomorrow. There's no more drawing board. There's no more plans. There's too much people suffering from this. I will ask the mayor face to face in the city of New York. Please come out and support everyone and get this done and get this resolved. I know there's a lot more speakers tonight. I know Detective Muhammad has to run, so I'll bring him up first and have him do say yeah, he's gonna pray before he leaves. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I just want to bring my
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
This mic, the mic.
Just want to say condolences to everyone here, to the family, to the community. I'm here on behalf of Chief Jeff Madry, Chief Community Affairs at the NYPD. We're here with the family from the first minute. I'm here to do a short prayer. I'm honored to be here with our faith leaders from different religions. I showed that in New York City we all come together as one.
Yeah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. All praise is due to Allah, Lord of the world, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. Salvage of the day of recompense. It is you we worship and you we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those upon whom you have bestowed favor, not of those who have invoked your anger, or those who have been straight. O Allah, forgive Tara and Nick, and every victim died in New York City, in our nation, and everywhere else in the world. O God, forgive our living and our dead, those present and those absent, our young and our old, our males and our females. O Allah, who among us keep alive, then let such Allah be upon Islam, and whom among us you take to yourself, then let such a death be upon faith. O Allah, do not deprive of their word, and do not let us stray after them. Amen.
Thank you, Detective Muhammad. Very good.
Everybody talk loud so everybody can hear.
Thank you very much for that wonderful prayer. I know you have to run, but thank you for all the help and support you have been given throughout the community. And keep it up. You're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Now I'm going to ask my Guruji, Dr. Satish Prakash, to come up and say a prayer and say a few words as well.
Testing, testing. May I ask all of you, we are all children of God here today. Hindus are not the only children, Muslims are not the only children, Christians and Jews are not the only children. We are all children of God. And when the time comes that we are faced with calamity and distress, we all have the same equal right to call upon that Master, the controller of this cosmos, to bless us with the inspiration we want. So you know what, may I ask you to kindly, my friend and brother Pandit Ramji is here. I see some imams from the masjid, they are also here. And there may be Christian pastors and reverends somewhere around. Bhaiji, can I ask you to come stand next to Pandit Ram? If it's okay. Please come, please. All of you join with me. हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए शीघ्र सारे दुर्गणों हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए ज्ञान हमको दीजिए ज्ञान हमको once again. Oh God, take away from us, especially the Shiv Prasad family, and the family on this side, and the family on that side, and the family in any one of these homes that has been negatively impacted by these floods. Take away from them all sense of challenge and whatever is hurtful to them right now. Take that away from them, God. Give them the sense of understanding that gain is followed by loss, and loss again is followed by gain. What you gain today, you lose it a couple hours or the next day. And when you lose it, you get it back again. But when there's a sense of equanimity, one-mindedness, and when there's a sense of deep understanding,
then you on your own, with that inspiration from God, you can overcome that challenge. So put your palms together. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Juditani Parasuva Yad Bhadram Tanayasu Yad Bhadram Tanayasu Agane Naya, O God, with the torch of wisdom and knowledge, Naya, lead the Shiv Prasad family. What are their name over there? What's the family name? Haq? Lead the Haq family. That family? Bhagwandin. Lead the Haq family, the Shiv Prasad family, the Bhagwandin family, and Ahmad family, and all the families who have been negatively impacted by this disastrous flood. Hold their hands and lead them out of this calamity and distress. Put your palms again. I wouldn't be long. Om Agne Naya Supadha Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyodhyasma Juhuranamino Bhuyishtante Namoktim Vijema. Oh God, we are limited and we are like children. And you are the cosmic being with limitless wisdom, and you have the vision, you have the power, you have the understanding that we need help at this moment. The city should help us, but they are not the only people who can help us. The kind of help, oh God, that you can provide. No city, no governor, they may be unwilling, as Tony said. They may be unwilling, but our God is always there to hug us. His name, among his millions of names, one of his name is Om, and he always hugs us. Alingana, he hugs us, and he whispers in our ears the strategies that you and I can adopt, whereby we can come out of this distress. Om, मैं एक नन्हा सा, all of us, मैं एक छोटा सा, तुम हो बड़े भगवान, प्रभु जी मेरी लाज रखो. Listen to this. अरे मैंने सुना है, I heard God, कि तुमने यहाँ पे लाखों के दुख तारे. You have taken many people across the ocean of pain, oh God. Today, I call her Bhauji, but this Mrs. Haq is just like her. Mrs. Bhagwandin is just like her. The other family is just like... They all need to be held by their hands, oh God, and led out of this deluge, this tsunami-type deluge that entered into their basement. Lead them all out, oh God. And one last prayer. Those who died, and I heard 2 of them died here. I don't know, I heard there were 42 people all across the city who died, but the 2 who died, oh, give them a sense of immortality, bless them with immortality and take away. They must have stifled under that water. I'm positive. They must have stifled and gasped for breath. Oh God, take the pain of death away and give them the immortal feeling of deathlessness. Last prayer. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugandhavandanan Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat. Before I say Om Shanti, I want to tag on to what Tony said and what Amrita said, and that is, we are a new community. I don't want to speak on behalf of Guyanese. Guyanese are not the only new community here. I'm positive there are Trinidadians and Surinamers and Fijians and other people. But we are a new community. And we come here to try to observe and to execute the laws of the city. And this city, we pay our taxes. And we follow the laws. And it is time now that our representative, the immediate one, the mayor, I'm not here just to blame, but I'm talking to the mayor through all these television channels, and the governor, and the president. Come stand by this. I see this place is like a riverbed. Look from over there, there's an elevation there. It was only natural that the water should have gathered in high quantities. If, oh mayor, if you can hear, oh governor, the new one, whoever, and oh president, new President Biden, when you come to New York, come here and give these people a sense of that they can lean on you and find some relief. With that, and please newspapers, Shiv Prasad, come here please, by Shiv Prasad. This, I know this is one of my, Pandit Ram too, it comes to the Gurukul. This is not a criminal. This gentleman is not a criminal. But when I saw his picture, I wouldn't call the name of the newspaper, because I'm not here to apportion blame to any one part of the press. But when I saw his picture, I felt for him. God, this is not right. This gentleman is not a criminal. If he had people in his basement, there was a need for him to have people in his basement. There was a need. People don't rent their basements just because they want a few extra dollars, but they want to extend a sense of humanity to people who can't find homes to put. So our brother, put your hand like this, and said, Namaste Bhai Shiv Prasad. And where will Bhauji come? Namaste Bhauji Daro. Tell her, Namaste Bhauji Daro.
Namaste Bhauji Daro.
You all are not criminals, say that.
You all are not criminals.
They made you appear to be like that.
Nobody.
That's not right. So let's say peace unto all of them from their hearts. May the mind bring them peace. May the immediate surrounding of human beings and other living beings bring them peace. And may the cosmic forces, even Mother Nature, bring them peace. Put your hand and let's end. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Raise your hand, everybody. Prem se bolo Omkar Bhagavan ki jai. Namaste, everybody.
Namaste.
Thank you, Tony. Yes.
Good people, they're criminals. When they hit this place, you know the vibration of this place, and nobody comes and
All right. I understand. We will address that a little later, so we don't violate the sanctity. Let's not violate the sanctity. I understand. Okay. You have Pandit Ramji here, and you have all those representatives in the meeting. Oh, one last thing. One last thing. I forgot. What's her name? Rita, come here. We have started a fund. Listen to me. We've started a fund. I don't want to tell you what I did. Never good to talk about yourself. But we've started a fund. And she's going to come around. Whatever last $1 bill you may have in your pocketbook or in your pocket, can you please give it to Rita? And I don't know who we will disperse the funds to, but I had her in mind because she suffered a lot of losses. But then I'll consult with Tony where the funds should go. But we start. Please give whatever you can. I'm sorry to embarrass the family this way, but please give whatever little you can. Thank you. What happened?
Can we address that later?
Yeah, we'll deal with that later. Thank you, Guruji, for those speech and lesson. I'll ask Pandit Ram Hardwar to come up and say a prayer and say a few words.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Listen. Okay, let's quiet down a little bit. Before I put on my priest hat, I want to take this opportunity and piggyback upon Satish ji. I'm an engineer, and I've been an engineer now for 4 to 5 years. I'm a licensed engineer in the state of New York City, New York State. And this point where we are standing, from a natural topography of this area, hillside is up high, and the Jamaica Avenue is up high. You go a few blocks more this way, it's high. A few blocks more this way, it comes up. So this is a natural valley, it's a pond, it's a pool area. And therefore, adequate drainage arrangements have to be put in place. The infrastructure has to be put in place. So to ensure that whenever we have flash floods, that they are adequately taken care of. Apparently, this area suffers from a drainage problem continuously.
and therefore that has to be, from a technical standpoint, has to be investigated, and the right infrastructure has to be done. And so let me take that engineer hat off now. I am a Pandit Ram Hardwar. I am here to represent the Federation of Hindu Mandirs. The Federation of Hindu Mandirs here in New York City. We have all the Hindu Mandirs come together under the umbrella of the Federation. And so on behalf of the Federation, I'm here to, first of all, I would like to remember those in this place, those 2 lives that was lost. I don't know them personally, but I'm told that the son is Nick and the mother is Tara. And so it is one thing to lose a mother, but when a husband loses his wife, and when he loses a son at the same time, it is a real tragedy. And so what has happened here is so much filled with so much pain. And at the same time, as I pray for these 2 members of the family who has passed on, all the other members in New York City who has given up their lives or lost their lives as a result of this flash flood, we pray for them as well. I offer a prayer for Tara and for Nick and all the others. Harihi Om. Om Narayana Surasreshta Lakshmi Kanta Varaprada Anena Tarpanena Iva Preta Moksha Pradodbhava Preta Moksha Pradodbhava. Ram Naam Satya Hai. Ram Naam Satya Hai. Everybody.
Ram Naam Satya Hai.
He Sabka Ghat Hai. And so, my friends, we have lost Nick and Tara. But what we are experiencing now is tremendous pain and suffering. Yesterday I attended a program in Brooklyn organized by the Guyanese community and the Guyanese Cultural Committee in Brooklyn, Canarsie. And there was a memorial program for the hundreds of people who died during COVID. And it was a very moving event. Here coming again today, we see this entire community submerged in pain and suffering. I can see the pain and suffering here from all of us who are living here. So I pray and ask that the good, kind Lord, and this time I invoke the mother, the female aspect of God. As Hindus, we see God not only as male, but also as female, even though God is beyond all genders. But this evening, permit me to invoke the grace of God as the divine Adi Shakti, that mother of this world, whose power, whose grace and power that removes all difficulties and sufferings. Let us invoke her grace and ask that the pain, the suffering, the sickness that we are all feeling at this time, may it be destroyed, may it be removed. We pray to Adi Shakti, Jagat Janani, Durga Maharani. Om Aim Hrim
Klim Chamundai Namaha.
Rogana Sheshana Paham Situshta Rushta Dukaman Sakalana Vishta Twama Shritaya Viparannaranam Twama Shritaya Shrayatam Prayantim. O Jagat Janani He Bhavani Ma, may your blessings, may your comfort enter into the hearts of all who are affected here in Jamaica. O Divine Mother, may you shower your grace and mercies upon them, and may you alleviate all of the pain and sufferings that they are experiencing at this time. As I conclude, I pray for the entire Jamaica area, the entire city, that may our city rise above narrow politics. May we rise above differences of color, race, religion, and may we see all as one in humanity. And as was rightly said earlier, we are all New Yorkers, and that is what matters more than anything else. Amen. And so therefore, we pray and ask God, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhuyat, Sarve Shantu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गायैस्तुष्टवागं षष्ठनोभिः व्यासेन देवहितं यदायुः त्र्यम्बकं
यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनं मृत्युमुक्षयामृतम्
ओम नमस्ते अस्तु भगवान विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यंबकाय त्रिपुरांतकाय त्रिकाल अग्निकालाय काल अग्निरुद्राय नीलकंठाय मृत्युंजयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। बोलिए सांब सदाशिव शंकर भगवान की जय। हर 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 महादेव। Let's raise our hands to the Lord, my dear friends. Har 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 Mahadev. And invoke His grace and blessings. Hari Om Shanti. Shanti. God bless all of you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Can we talk afterwards? Yeah.
Thank you, Pandit Hardawar, for those wonderful words and also your engineering expertise as to how weak this infrastructure is. I just wish as the city and everyone else would see it the same way as everybody else is seeing it. We're all one community, and I think this is the focus we need to be on, how weak this infrastructure is.
Sure.
Before we conclude tonight, I would like to thank Tony personally for setting all of this up with all his help, and everyone for coming out. We're all one people.
Yes.
Not because we're different colors or we're different religion or race, but we're all one. We're all one human being, and we should all be under the same banner, one people. That's all it should be. And look out for each other. Thank you very much, Tony.
Tony, before you close, the donation box is still open. If you have a little pittance to offer, we will appreciate it very much. And those of us, when we're done with Tony and I, Pandita in Frauti also had a flood. Yeah, I want to speak on that. Okay, yes. Pandita in Frauti had a flood. She's 10 steps away from here. In about 5 minutes, we will be here. And we will go visit her.
You want to say something? You want to say something? Let's go to the car right somewhere here. You live in through here? You live through here?
I live at 184.
Okay, let's chat.
And I have the same blood like this.
Oh, okay, 1 second. Wait. Well, this is Ken Rampersaud from the Ken Rampersaud Show. As you know that I cut my show just to be here today in solidarity with the people here in Hollis. So I have a young lady here who's going to talk about, I know we have been getting a lot of questions of what's really going on in this area. So let's get some insight of what's going on. Here is this young lady who's going to talk to you guys.
Good afternoon. My name is Chutney. I live at 184th Street, 91-02. I have the same problem with the flooding. It's a lot of water. It's like a tsunami. And it was so heartbreaking to see around the neighborhood. Everybody else. It's not one person. It's all the blocks. 184, 183rd. But 2 people have passed away here.
Yeah, go ahead, you talk.
Yeah, 2 people have passed away here.
You want to talk?
And you know, it's so heartbroken to see a mother and a son have gone.
Absolutely. It's not an easy thing to lose. And for a husband, like the Pandit says, that a mother and a son died has to be difficult, right?
Yeah, it would have been me. Because the same thing, my daughter was struck like that.
Really?
And my son have to go get her out.
This week?
Yes, with the same flood.
Really? Wow.
We all carry the same pain.
Yeah, so let's see. We have people want to talk, so let's hear what they have to say.
My friend, thanks for having me on this program. But my biggest concern is do not blame the homeowner for this tap. I blame this council, the city, because when they put this pipe in, they had big machine. They had a 336 high mark.
hitting this road here.
Right.
Shaking this house, vibrating everything. And that contributes a lot to damaging these people's foundation. I think the city should look into this thing. Because everybody suffer from this. Anybody who lives in the street could tell you what happened to their home. Their home was shaking. They think it would collapse. And that is a major problem to the people. So I don't think they should blame this old homer for that. This man is innocent.
Right.
Right? Okay, but that's all I
Well,
have.
thank you. Thank you very much. So guys, you hear it. I'm going to try to see if I can get it talked to. I have somebody else who want to say something. So listen, guys.
So I live in this house. Okay, so my basement got broke, and then the water was overflowed. It came to the first floor on like above my waist. I lost everything of mine right now, and it's just like people are being really generous, like giving us food and clothes too. But I'm feeling so low and down inside because I'm not getting the support from the city, which I really expected, because they are saying they will be providing money or something to the landlords. But what about us? Like, what about me or the other tenants, those who used to live in the basement, right? Because I lost, thank God I survived, but what about our stuff? Like, what about our compensation? The landlords, if they are getting money or some kind of assistance from the city, then what about us? How we will survive, how we will go. So my request and my question to the people out there, to everyone, like, please raise your voice, whoever used to live in the basement, those who were affected by this Ida flood. Okay, and my request to the city to please think about us, those who we, like, about the tenants, those who used to live in the basement. Please, thank you.
My question to you is, how can people help this community? People like you.
Okay, so what I feel like, if they come towards us with any kind of help, they can provide us food and then some kind of clothes assistance, food, and like the daily needs, whatever we have right now. Like, as I collected a few of my clothes from the mud, and then like I need to do the laundry, right? So for that I need the soap and everything, because I lost my money too. I lost my social, I lost my cards, I lost my everything, each and every single thing. So that's all, at least we can be helped if we get those assistance.
Thank you very much. So you see, guys, the need is here. Let's see how we can help this community. When I go home, I'm going to see if I can start something together with Island Zone Radio, if we can help this community somewhere or other. You want to say something? You brave? You good? Okay. So I'm going to still be on. I'm going to try see how much people that we can get to find out what's really going on here. All right, so I'll be around.
What's the radio station?
Island Zone Radio. Island Zone Radio. So Guyanese. Yeah, it's online.
Okay, it's saying
Not just about 1-830. It's about everybody here in the street. Everybody here is on. We all have to stand together. We'll go home and let's again celebrate that we are here. We're fighting the good fight the next day.
This community for the last 20 years. I used to work for the council member, Councilman Cameron, when he was a council member. Then I worked for the successor, Denise Miller. I worked for the public, I worked for Guyana Williams.
And you mentioned that construction. How to take you back? So this started years ago. It was designed to give it what happened.
No, exactly. So the problem is, most of the time when they do construction on this block in our neighborhood, we talk to the construction people and talk to them how the vibrations affect our homes. These homes have been, this particular flooding has been happening for the last almost 10 years. This was going to happen. This was going to happen. So, fortunately, when Councilmember Miller came to office, he was able to allocate millions of dollars to address this situation. The money was allocated to actually do the work. The work was done, and they brought in the wrong sewer pipes. After that, they said, okay, we're going to take these ones out, we're going to bring new ones. They did that, and the same thing can happen. Something is wrong where the city is refusing to accept the construction engineers that are doing this work. They don't know what they're doing. And I'm sorry to say that, because now we have 2 people lost here, and other folks lost around the city. People's property are being destroyed just because the city agency that's doing this work is failing to do the work properly.
How frustrating is that?
Beyond frustration. I'm getting phone calls 2 o'clock in the morning. Whenever these folks call me, I try to show up. Because at some point you look at who is advocating on behalf of certain communities. As black people, we complain that we don't get support. These folks don't have support either.
I'm looking for Al.
But
There he
we
is.
are support. And we have to stand together as a community, black, white, no matter where you're from, and work together for the entire community. And that's what we're doing.
The $14 million project, is that what you said?
Yes, over, probably more has been spent on this project, and nothing is happening. And the city needs to talk about it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So here it is. We hear that there's a lot of construction that was going on here in the street, and people are blaming that. So I could probably ask this young man if he can tell me what's going on here really. So let's talk to him. So what's really going on here? Why you think this happened?
Well, it happened because of failed poor work, poor job that was done. The city agency that did this work, the contractors that were given this responsibility, did a poor job. And that's what this is. And we need to just admit that the work that was done here was poor. If we were able to admit that, we can move forward. But the fact that no one is admitting that, but at some point we got to stop talking about what happened yesterday. How do we go forward?
Absolutely, you are correct.
Now it happened. How do we prevent this from happening again? Now we need to make sure we go back to the drawing board and put a better contractor group or whatever to do the job. But that's what we need right now to prevent this from happening now again in the future.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for supporting this community, my brother.
I'm part of this community.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
It's good to have your number.
Sorry. Sorry, can I just get it? Oh, sorry. And you can see my friend Leon is on the other side doing his thing. Leon always did a fine job in representing our community. And that's the homeowner there, but it's so hard and so tough on him. He's crying. So let's see if there's any help that we can make for him, help this family. Because I know everybody's focusing on helping the people who died. But what about the man who have lost so much? All right, hold on. Don't go nowhere. I'm trying to get some good interviews for you guys.
I'm going to wait in the car.
What happened?
Like so.
We have drinks over there. Our neighbor Amelia wishing his wife. They all came together. They bring stuff and it's over there.
I know, but it's not.
So who are you? Would you say something? Who are you? You want to talk anything? What goes on here? You're shy?
No.
Oh. Okay.
We are talking, nobody's responding for us, so we just leave it alone.
Oh, okay.
Everyone,
yes, you are.
Come help us out.
Actually, I'm pointing to the house where that was flooded, and a lady and her son died in the basement. So unfortunate, eh? You want to say something on this? Huh?
We'll do a little bit.
Okay.
Just get around.
Okay.
Since 2007, I've known Al working this time. He said the money was allocated. $48 million.
So the rain is coming now, so I'll have to end the live. But thank you very much for tuning in on the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio. Until next week, take it easy. Have a good weekend, okay?